What is going on, guys? My name is Fees, and welcome back to Money Game Part 3. I'm almost positive this is the last one for the whole thing, but I will, of course, definitely double-check it just in case, but I'm pretty sure this is the final part of Money Game Part 3. I did react to 1 and 2. If you want to go watch that, it is on my channel just a couple of episodes back. As always, I appreciate you guys for being here. It means more than you'll ever know. And yeah, I'm really excited. We've reacted to the first and second one. The first one was just kind of, I guess, setting the tone, setting the bar. Nothing too special, just generalized things. And the second one that we just reacted to was way more real and more current day stuff. And I said this before, again, you know, this was 4 years ago, and this is 7 months ago, so it took him a while to release Money Game Part 3, which is kind of cool. But yeah, 4 years ago he posted Part 2, so this is Part 3, and it is now a little over 3 years later, which is crazy. So as always, I don't really know what we're expecting, but as always, I appreciate you guys for being here. If you want to watch the original videos, then this in the description down below. Let's get into this video. Try to talk faster than my brain will let me. Same masked man. Wonder what happened to the one that had the eyes on him. Wow, what a cinematic. Visuals on this is very insane. Like, Money Game Part 2 was more just kind of like fixed in a way. Like, I don't know like a better way to describe that. It was just kind of like just clips and stuff and just showing real world stuff. So it wasn't like a music video, in my opinion, on Part 2. But Part 1, obviously, Part 1 was. And just comparing the 3.5 minutes of Part 1 to the first minute of Part 3, I mean, it's 2 and 2. Like, it's completely. I don't think 2 and 2 is the right reference. You know what I mean? It's completely different. It's cool. It's awesome to see. Aw. I was enjoying the piano. What the heck? Oh. Who's this guy? Ouch. Play the piano. Why'd you stop? I can even see through that. Let me fix my fan real quick. Weird noise. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I've kind of wanted to say this for a while, but I feel like Ren should have featured on like Peaky Blinders, bro. I don't know. He just seems like he would just fit the description. It's crazy to get that camera shot in that small of a mirror without getting the other stuff in the background.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy 20,000, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns that truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the popo inside of his pocket. 35, he gets a call. I'm sorry son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed up, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
I don't want to pause it just yet.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43 never running round the pavements of his city, 44 inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Cut the music. This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy, community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution? Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a pet petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface and consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise. "45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
Oh, man, wow. That is a lot. That's a lot to comprehend. So we start out by learning not only that, you know, all of this and stuff isn't entertainment, like you said, it's real world stuff. It's stuff that's happening now, even now. And then he goes upon this story of Jimmy, and basically seems like by the time he was roughly 16, he ended up being very smart and intellectual. And by the time he was 17 and 18, able to learn so much to where he's basically his own business. And then instead of his own father telling him that he's proud of him and that he's doing great, it seems like his father was telling him that it's not enough and to get everything that you can because the world don't care about you. And then I don't remember what age it was, but he went into his mid-20s or I think right at somewhere around 30-something years old, he ended up getting into being, you know, one of the most important people in the world. And then his father passing away and him clutching on to all the years that he spent trying to make him proud and not being enough, and then never hearing those words, and then he, you know, completely turns different and starts abusing drugs and, you know, all this kind of stuff, and then he ends up hurting himself, and like he said, by 45, then he ends up saying that everything that he did and everything that he had wasn't enough. And it's sad, you know, to see, because we all want to get to that final ending. We all want to succeed and make our families proud and no longer have to worry about bills or about next month or being safe for the next couple of years. And it's crazy because there's people that get opportunities and they end up getting in the wrong direction or getting it to their head, and they, you know, end up becoming a part of the money game without even realizing it, you know, because they have a lot and they've been very successful, but instead of just chilling out, it's not enough for them, and I can do more and I can get more and I can be better and I can have more, and that eventually usually always gets you into some type of issue, and of course at the end of the day could get you killed. It's sad, you know, because there's a lot of people that, you know, have their own family struggles, and maybe they have made it, or maybe they just need guidance and they don't have their family around. And the way that you're raised, just like Jimmy was, you know, we didn't really hear about his mom or whatever, so I don't know. It just in this example, but it seems like Jimmy was just had him and his dad, and whilst his dad was taking care of him and growing him up, it didn't really seem like his dad was teaching him in a loving way. It was just kind of more so, you know, it seemed like his dad had a rough life as it is and saying, take more from the world, take everything you can because they don't care about you. And in that way, it allowed his father to forget about how to be kind and to be genuine and to be loving, and ended up implementing that into Jimmy's brain to where Jimmy became so successful that it hurt him. And I feel like that's the craziest point of it all. Being so successful that it hurts you is ridiculous. It's even just ridiculous just to say out loud, because to think about how you're so important that now it could cause problems, you know, being so important, being so successful, and the way that we view it to the people that haven't got to where they want to be, you know, we see it as, oh, you know, we're set for life. I can retire, you know, my kids and this and that or whatever, and have a happy life. And for some people, like I said, it's not enough, or they get to the point where they're so successful where they can't retire and they can't quit because of the situation they've involved in themselves, or they know too much, and part of the money game, with gangs and affiliations and all that. It's just, oh man, that is insane. Again, as always, shout out to Ren. Definitely enjoyed this one the most for sure out of part 1, 2, and 3. Part 1, I didn't. I still liked part 1, but compared to the other two, I didn't care for it too much. But part 2 and part 3 was definitely really cool. And part 2 was just more so what's happening in the world, and part 3 was just an example of just the one of hundreds or thousands of people that are going through the same things and struggling with the same issues, or whatever else it may be. So I got a little bit emotional there because it's crazy. It's crazy. Again, I'm just going to say it again. Being so successful that it hurts you is just insane to think about. You can be at that point in your life, and we envision that as we're done, and in a lot of cases that's just the beginning, and it's crazy. As always, of course, if I missed anything, please let me know in the comments down below. If you liked watching this kind of stuff, please let me know down in the comments more things that you would want me to react to. I would definitely appreciate it. It means a whole lot to me. I'm trying to find my own niche and get myself out there, of course. So anything at all that you guys enjoy, just taking a couple seconds out of your day and commenting what you enjoyed or what you would like to see. It means a lot to me, helping me with ideas and more uploads and stuff, because I just want to provide things that you guys want to watch. Is kind of just the big end goal of everything. So as always, I appreciate you guys. If you want to watch the original video in the description down below, my words are not comparing. If you want to watch the original videos in the description down below, please go subscribe to Ren, as he is an amazing artist. And of course, another thing I don't really feel like gets shouted out a lot, everybody else in the background, all the people playing the music and the camera crew and all that, those people never get mentioned at all, and just them being a part of those videos and stuff, helping increase the cinematics and the engagement of the video is awesome. So definitely shout out to those guys too, for sure, not just Ren. But as always, of course, I appreciate you guys for watching. It means a lot more than you'll ever know. Let me know how you felt about the video. Let me know if there's anything that you want me to react to, and we're going to go ahead and end off here. My name is Seeds, and we're out, guys. Peace.